Sorry about that. I had to restart my recording. I was about to run out of time. Now, where was I? So Ninja, Shuriken Sentai Ninja, aka Power Rangers Ninja Steel, had the Shuriken slash Power Stars, and I actually have one of the Shurikens right here, which is now going to be basically a prop because I basically messed up a very nicely made toy that was like almost $20. And for those who already know, I'm a poor 15-year-old kid. And I actually tried to paint the rim right here with my fingers on. I tried to paint that gold. And it didn't work. So I was a complete idiot doing that. So yeah, they have the shurikens, power star. Like, it's like, power. I can't do it as high because it might break apart. So it's like, power star. Power star. Yeah, like that. Someone actually did it very, very flawlessly, I guess you could say. And then after that, Zyuohger, Dobut Sentai Zyuohger had the Jewel Cubes, and after that, Q Ranger had the Q Tamas or the Globes, and after that, Lupin Ranger and Posh Ranger, they had the little Zords. They were technically the gimmick because they were also their morphing device as well. And then Ryusoulger came along as well, which they had the real souls, which I'm still planning to get. And I don't know if the new Super Sentai season, uh, Machin Sentai Kiramager is going to have a gimmick anyway. I saw like one of the card things, and it kind of and someone said it kind of reminded them of Kamen Rider Drive a little bit. Everybody does kind of remind me a little bit of Kamen Rider Drive. Yes, I know what Kamen Rider is for anybody who knows what that is watching. But yeah, and the seasons like in the '90s, post Ranger, like even during Jew Ranger had the coins. I think I don't even know if they were counted as a collectible device. Die Ranger, Die Ranger had they didn't have any. Oh, wait, they had the jewels, although they weren't technically counted as a device because they didn't have miscellaneous battery, like not batteries, like miscellaneous jewels or whatnot. Like technically like I guess you could say technically like the spirit jewels or something like that. O Ranger, they did not. Car Ranger did not. Mega Ranger did not have one. Jinga Man did not have one. What was after Jinga Man? Go 5 did not have one. So basically, yeah, Tie Ranger didn't even have one. So basically, all the seasons, I would even count Jew Ranger not having a collectible device. So basically, the seasons in the '90s, up until I guess you would say up until Go Onger, which basically in the new millennium, like it was literally like probably about let's say maybe nine or 10 years later, we literally get a season that actually has collectible devices. That was mass produced because the engine souls for Go Onger, they were mass produced. Unlike some faceplates from Ob Ranger, not many of them were actually mass produced. Many of them were very limited, like little of them were produced. Like I do remember like one version from like Burning Summer. It was like an Ob Ranger movie. That was made a year after. That was made I think that was made like probably made like a year after Ob Ranger ended. And they had like a new Zord, new weapons, a new Oblazer, which is the gun that they use as a sidearm. It's called the blaster. And then they also have that's not called the Oblazer. I'm stupid. But yeah, I'm just kind of giving you guys a little bit of Super Sentai knowledge. I don't know why, but this video was like these three parts was explicitly just meant on the license. I will make individual videos of my morphers. You guys already know I've already made a separate review on the Gabble Volver since it's my only actual morpher I have. I don't have any other morphers. So yeah, these two, if I had my Magiphone right now, I'm pretty sure I would actually be able to say that my Magiphone and my S2 license actually have the same width and the same length. And even when they're opened up, they're still the exact same length, which I thought was somewhat coincidental. Now I can kind of switch, excuse me, now I can kind of switch them around so the mobile opens that way and whatnot, and the license opens up this way. So yeah, we can kind of switch them around now, where basically they first one on top and it'll come down, and then you had to flip this open, like that. It's kind of weird a little bit, since that kind of looks like a retarded way. But yeah, I've always loved the SP license. The SP license is probably one of my favorite morphers slash changers. And the SPD version, the American version of this, of the actual toy, I don't think it was actually that bad. Although the sound was terrible. Like, the sound quality of the toy was terrible. But the size of it was great, I would say. As I remember. Got quiet all of a sudden in my house. But I know for a fact my mom is not food. So yeah, and yes, of course, you can go Kai change if you really want to. Some people have actually made a better version. Like, as you can see, for those who don't know, the swords on my mobile, on my homemade version, does not open up. Neither one. So basically, the only thing you can do with this one is basically just keep it in cell phone mode, you know, and basically just like do everything with it. You can still insert a key, but it won't stay in forever. As you can see here, even when you turn it, you can only turn it like slightly. So, and watch this when you try to keep it in, like even when you try to stick it in, like it falls out. So yeah, these morphers are not all functional, especially the Mobius, since the Mobius technically has limited use, especially as a toy, like especially as this one. The real toy, there's barely any limited. There's basically unlimited use to it because you can put in codes, especially if you got the proper version. Whereas with this one, it is functional. I guess you could say it doesn't make any sound because I am not that type of person. I'm not that high tech, but it is functional and it works the way it's supposed to work. Like it does in the show where basically they say emergency Deck Ranger, press the button. And what's really cool is that what's really funny is that you see the back right here, guys. You see this right here. I actually kind of make it look like I'm actually pressing the button. Because you guys see my finger. Looks like I'm actually pressing on the button, right? And when I do that, or if I do it fast enough, then and if I don't lift my finger off of it that's fast enough, then people might actually think that I pressed the button and it made the flap go down. See that? So yeah, and my mom is watching. But anyway, I'm actually planning to like kind of cut the actual button down, and actually make it a button like a cardboard button I can actually press, so that way it can actually kind of simulate me actually pressing it. I don't know, but you can actually look on it right now. But basically, what really does that, or like when I actually try and use the same like for morphs or whatnot, or for fan morphs or whatever, I literally just like either force it forward like that, but that kind of does. Excuse me. But it kind of doesn't look accurate enough. So basically, what I do, I try and keep my finger on the button, like make it look like I'm actually pressing it. Press it one time, and basically just let my fingers go like that. You kind of see like my middle finger kind of take off, like kind of move off just a little bit. So basically, yeah, like one of my fingers kind of moves. But yeah, I always carry this thing around me in the city for some stupid reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, great for cosplay, I guess. If I ever wanted to transform or turn, not turn, but like be a Deck Ranger at a con or something, I'm pretty sure I could be one. I'm not really sure. But so yeah, so I guess that does it for. So I guess that does it for my SP license review. I think another video might actually review the Mobius. I don't know why, but like, yeah. But also, what's really funny is that I can actually use Inchi make it like I'm actually using a key. So that way I wouldn't have to damage the slot. So basically, Gokai change, I'm gonna be like Gokai change, like spin around and like put the key in or put the Judenchi in front of the key slot and then turn it to make it like that I'm actually, you know, that I'm actually doing something like that. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys like, make sure you go thumbs up, toss, and sure to find the history I'm doing today. What do you guys say about this in the comments below? Tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.